AITA for calling the police after my brother dropped off his 2 kids at my workplace. My M31 brother M36 is a single, widowed dad of 2 kids. My nephews, both under the age of 10. He used to have babysitters, but ever since he met his new girlfriend he stopped hiring any help. Because his girlfriend claimed that she wanted the kids to warm up to and get used to her as the only woman in their life. WTF? So he started asking me to watch the boys whenever he had something to do. I'd help if I'm able, but I work a demanding job and need to cover full time. He for whatever reason refuses to acknowledge that. Days ago, he was going for lunch with his girlfriend to meet her friends and wanted me to have the boys. I told him I had to work, but he begged me to take the day off. I refused and went to work. At 11 a.m. a coworker of mine entered the office and behind him were my nephews. I was flabbergasted. He told me my brother dropped them off so they called stay with me. I was in a state of disbelief but also furious. I felt stuck and terrified my boss would see this and I get in trouble. I couldn't even take time off because of how busy I was. Out of frustration I called the police and explained what happened. They got a hold of my brother and he was forced to come take them off me as well as get into trouble with the authorities who spent hours talking to him. My BKSS eventually found out and I had to leave work early and go home. In the evening, my brother called and started screaming at me, calling me names of all sorts and saying that I not only ruined his meeting with his girlfriend and her friends, but caused him to get in trouble with the police. He called me a vile sob and said that I could have had the kids with me for a couple of hours or even took them home and took the rest of the day off. We haven't been speaking, but his girlfriend is constantly shaming me for what I'd done, saying she treats the kids better than I do and that I should be ashamed for this. NTA. That's child abandonment, plain and simple. How dare you put my job at risk so you could have a lunch date? Is the response. Over and over. NTA. What? How could you possibly think you're the one at fault here? Who drops their kids off at someone's workplace and expects that someone to drop everything and take care of them? Your brother is deluded. NTA. Obviously. NTA. Your brother's kids should be first in his life, not the new girlfriend. You need to talk to him about why his new girlfriend thinks his own kids shouldn't be around. Also, talk to him about where he thinks the relationship is heading, because the longer he stays, the more controlling she's going to be. Now is a good time to stop talking to your brother for the foreseeable future. NTA. Your brother sounds kind of psychotic. NTA. Your brother and his entitlement are astounding. He has no respect for you or your job. He is only concerned about making his GF happy. The kids are likely suffering because of his misguided priorities. Regardless, you are not an on-call babysitter. NTA. He called me a vile sob. Has he looked in a mirror lately? Getting in my NTA vote before this blows up. Your brother and his girlfriend need a reality check. I wonder what his late wife would have to say about his behavior. NTA. Not your kids or responsibility. Widowed or not, he needs to be a father. Not to be harsh, but just because his spouse died doesn't mean his responsibilities did too. NTA. He's so willing to abandon his kids for a new GF that I don't have a good feeling for the kids' future. Your brother is abdicating his responsibility to his children in favor of his GF. I'd say with encouragement from her. And let me see if I understand this correctly. Said GF who was okay with him dumping his kids without a word on someone who couldn't, and said they wouldn't babysit, thinks she treats the kids better than you do? No paid babysitters isn't BC she likes them either. It's say he has more money to spend on her. They're both entitled and delusional. NTA. NTA. Your brother abused your relationship and abandoned his children. Was he going to pay for your lost wages? He has nobody to blame but himself. NTA. You were literally at work. At work. He drops the kids off at your workplace. Like WTF? Did he seriously think what he did was okay? You could have lost your job and he didn't give a damn about that. They should have taken the kids with them to meet the girlfriend's friend for lunch, you know. NTA. You were in no position to provide proper care. Your brother was negligent. This is on him. You did what was reasonably responsible. NTA. Dropping then at your work is not acceptable. He didn't get to decide when you can leave work. NTA. What he did was irresponsible and dangerous. He isn't entitled to you watching his children. He put you in a spot that could have negatively affected your livelihood. While I sympathize with his loss, he cannot drop his children on you when you don't agree, so watch them. NTA. He didn't call you from jail. He should call that a win. Too bad that he didn't listen during those hours he spent with the cops and CPs. NTA. You essentially discovered 2 abandoned children. That they are related to you is irrelevant. He still committed child abandonment. And you were absolutely right to call the police in order to protect yourself. OMG. You are so NTA. Your brother is acting selfishly and is putting his wants above his children's needs. He deserves to have his parenting questioned. How dare he do that to his brother and his own kids?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.